Hey guys, welcome back. I am so excited for today's video because I haven't done like a foundation comparison in a while, and I just thought of two that I feel like would be perfect comparisons because I feel like they're just on the same level. So we are gonna be comparing the McGrath Sublime, what is this? Sublime Perfection Foundation, the Skin Fetish Foundation. This, I feel like I've compared with so many different foundations, but that's because this is so good. So I had to put it up to the test and see if this was better than the McGrath. This is the No1 de Chanel Revitalizing Foundation. If you guys saw my recent video, because this is brand new, you know how I feel about this. I'm so excited and in love with it, and I wore it a week straight and it was amazing. All day lasted, it looked perfect, like didn't change throughout the day. So I wanted to see how these two compare to each other. If they're similar, which one I think is more worth your money, because they're both high end, like up there in price. So I want to know which one's more worth it. So hope you guys do too. Before we do start talking about all this though, please make sure to give this a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Thank you so much if you do. I post 3 times a week, so you don't want to miss out on 3 videos a week. But if you want to see me compare these two, then stay tuned for the rest of the video. Okay guys, so we are just gonna get started on this because I feel like this is gonna be such a fun one. I absolutely love both of these foundations. I know this one is very, very new to me still, but I went out of town for work for a few days and I wore this every day that I was there and it lasted all day. Like, I feel like my makeup did not change. It didn't get like sweaty or like start rubbing off in certain places or look gross anywhere. So the lasting power on this is insane. It's so good, and my skin looked beautiful every time I wore this. So I was like, wait, I love this so much, and it kind of is reminding me a little bit of the McGrath. So I was like, let me see if I can compare these two and see which one is better, which one is more worth your money. I can't talk today, sorry. So they are similar in price. This one is 68 bucks and this one is 70, so there's a $2 difference. They're both expensive as hell, so I want to see if you guys are kind of thinking about both, which one I think would be more worth spending that large amount of money on. So that's what we're going to be talking about. I have them both pulled up from where I bought them, which in this case is Ulta and Sephora. And I'm just going to read their descriptions and then we'll try them out, one on each side of my face as usual. And then we're going to talk details, like what I see, what I notice about both, what I like, what I don't like. All the fun stuff we always do. So the first one that I have pulled up is the Chanel No1 de Chanel Revitalizing Foundation. Before I forget to mention it, I got this in the shade B40, which is like a medium for neutral undertones, which you guys know I love neutral undertones, and when I have a tan, which I finally do when I'm trying a foundation, that's what matches me the best. So it's 1 fluid ounce, it's $70, so I know, very, very expensive, painful to pay for, but in this case, very much worth it. So the details for this one say a buildable foundation with a luminous finish, enriched with red camellia oil and moisturizing ingredients. The formula softens skin and helps protect against environmental aggressors. The complexion appears plump and naturally more beautiful, which it does. Day after day, skin takes on a youthful glow. And then it says, the No1 de Chanel collection seeks to minimize its environmental impact with sustainably developed formulas that contain up to 97% naturally derived ingredients, and each product is housed in environmentally sound packaging for a reduced carbon footprint, which sounds amazing. So it's luminous, beautiful, I would say medium coverage, and obviously a liquid formulation. The McGrath foundation, it is the Sublime Perfection Foundation, goes for $68, so only $2 less expensive than the Chanel. This one is 1.18 fluid ounces though, so the McGrath has a little more product in it than the Chanel one does. And I have this in the shade 14, it's light medium 14. So the description here says a long-wearing customizable foundation that builds from sheer to medium coverage in a wide range of universal hues that manifest the ultimate sublime skin standard. Coverage is medium, finish is natural, and formulation is liquid. And then it says a Vita Serum Complex moisturizes and helps to fight the appearance of wrinkles, while Diamond Core Powder technology enhances skin's texture and helps smooth and blur the appearance of fine lines, pores, and imperfections. The silky, weightless formulation imparts a filtered, soft focus luminosity, which it definitely does. So that's basically the description of both of those. Packaging wise, I honestly don't know which one I prefer. This one I feel like looks a little bit more like out there, luxurious. Like this looks expensive. It's glass, obviously it's a frosted glass. It has this nice like gold shiny front label, and the cap looks expensive too. This one looks a little bit more like calmed down, but still very luxurious at the same time, if that makes sense. Like this is also frosted glass. I love this cap, love the pump, and I love like the simplicity of everything on this, but it still looks expensive. So both of these I'm obsessed with. I love both foundations. That's why I chose these two to compare to each other, because I honestly don't know at this point which one I would prefer or which one I think is more worth your money. So this is gonna be fun for all of us. So I'm just gonna try them out right now, and then I'll come back and give you guys some initial thoughts. Obviously, I'm only wearing a hydrating primer, no pore filling primer. We'll see how both do in that aspect too, and then we'll talk a little more. So let's just get started. So I'm gonna do Pat McGrath on this side and Chanel on this side, just so you guys know. All right, now we can get started. Wow guys, I am a little torn right now because they look so freaking similar. It's actually kind of crazy how alike they are. Like, I know I say this a lot when I compare foundations, but I feel like if I didn't tell you I was wearing two different ones, you wouldn't even be able to tell because they're so similar. Like, the only difference that I like right away noticed between the two was that the Pat McGrath one is actually a little bit darker than the Chanel one, which is honestly a little bit surprising because this one is considered light medium and this one is considered medium. So I was expecting Pat McGrath to be a little bit lighter, but it ended up being the opposite. So the other thing that I noticed is that they both made my skin look so smooth and beautiful. I feel like as far as my pores go, they did exactly the same thing. Like, my pores look really good on both sides. I feel like they're not accentuated or anything like that. So happy with that. They feel really similar too. I will say neither of them are sticky at all, but if I had to say one was stickier than the other, I would say the Pat McGrath one is actually a little bit stickier than the Chanel one, but both are really great. Both of them are technically like a medium coverage kind of thing, but I will say the Pat McGrath one has a little bit more coverage than the Chanel one, at least for right now. That's what I'm noticing. But both covered up everything that I needed them to. And then the Chanel one is a little bit more luminous than the Pat McGrath one. So I look a little bit more glowy on this side to me than I do on this side. Those are the main things that I noticed, but one is not like drier than the other. One isn't clinging to dry patches more than the other. They both look amazing. So I'm obsessed with both, but I am gonna go put the rest of my makeup on just to see how both sides do with other products on top. And then I'll give you guys final thoughts and what I think is more worth it. So give me 1 second, I'll be right back. Okay guys, I'm back. I just did the rest of my makeup and I am like so stuck right now because I absolutely love both of these so much. They literally look like the same foundation. It's like so crazy to me when I compare foundations and I see just how similar these things really are. Like, you don't think about it and you think everything is so unique until you like put them together and compare them and you're like, wow, that is very similar. So it's just really interesting for me. I'm stuck. I literally love both. Makeup applied so beautifully on both sides of my face. I feel like it looks so even on both. I didn't have any trouble blending anything out. It all just looks amazing. The only thing that I will say, because I was staring at myself in the mirror to see if I noticed any differences, and I did notice one. So my pores on the Chanel side look a lot more like filled in and like airbrushed, I guess, than the Pat McGrath side. And I'm not saying the Pat McGrath side looks bad on my pores, because this side looks great too, but this side has more of that like airbrushed effect to it, which I really like, because with this side, since they're both very expensive, if you don't already have like a great pore filling primer, you kind of don't even need that step with this one, because it does such a good job of filling in your pores. Even though it doesn't claim to, it just looks really, really good. So that was the one thing that I noticed that really stuck out to me between both of these. So overall, I feel like because they are so similar, and that one thing was the pores that I noticed as a difference between the two, I feel like for me, I'll have to say that, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think I kind of prefer the Chanel side on this side of my face, because I do like the fact that you don't have to add that extra step of doing a pore filling primer. Like if you forget, which I'm a very forgetful person, it's okay, because it looks so good on your pores. And like I said before, the Chanel side doesn't feel as sticky as the Pat McGrath side. Not saying that that side is sticky, they both feel great, but since I'm like nitpicking little things to notice the difference between, that is something that I noticed. So the Chanel side in both of those aspects to me was better, and I think that's why I'm choosing it. As far as coverage, like I said, the Pat McGrath side covered up a little bit more, but they're both like medium coverage kind of. So both look really, really, really good. You can't go wrong either way, if I'm being totally honest. Like both of them are really amazing, and they look almost identical. So either way you do it, you're gonna be happy. But I just think for me personally, because of the things that I noticed, I'm sticking with the Chanel side, but you'd be happy with either one. So Chanel is the winner for today, but they're both winners in my book because they're both freaking amazing. So that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I definitely did. I love comparing makeup and products, and I always have fun doing these videos, so I hope you guys enjoy them too. If you stuck around this long, thank you so much. But that's all I've got for today. So comment and let me know what you guys thought. Let me know which one you thought looked better. Let me move up closer so you guys could see my face. But let me know if you noticed any differences like I pointed out on both sides of my face. Let me know if you've tried both of them, which one you prefer. Just give me your thoughts. Let me know what you guys want to see from me. Give this a big thumbs up and please subscribe to my channel. But stay tuned and I will see you guys in the next video.